Hello and welcome to the Intentional Parenting Academy Annual Conference of 2023. Our names are Sylvester and
Oluwagbemisola Ogaji. How we met Coach Wendy. I met Coach Wendy via a WhatsApp platform I belong to, 2021, and I started following her anonymously. And then after 2022 TIP annual conference, we took the bold step to join the TIP inner circle, and we became yarders, and it has been a wonderful experience till date.
Our experience in the inner circle from December 2022 to date, 7 months from now.
It's been awesome. That's all I can say. Experience, they say, is the best teacher. You can just come and experience it. We've been able to learn how to connect properly with our children. We've been able to learn how to discipline the right way, far from what the world knows. We've been able to read books monthly and review it. This is awesome. We've been able to have different activities, understanding our children's learning styles and temperament. It's been awesome, and we are still counting.
Before we joined the inner circle, it was a struggle trying to get the children up in the morning, trying to give them a structured activity, trying to make them understand principles, emotional intelligence, and so many other things.
Yes.
How to coordinate in life, how to, transform from being who they are to a better person.
Yes.
But TIP gave us that opportunity to have a better family.
Yes. We are more calmer. We are more respectful towards each other. We do everything now with peace and calm, all because we are yarders. That is what we call ourselves in the inner circle, actually.
The University of Parenting in Nigeria.
Actually, it's throughout the worldwide. And so we encourage people that are in this conference to take this bold step and thank us later. Just come and be in the inner circle and your whole life, not only about parenting. I found purpose as a person while in the TIP. There are things I've not been able to do with my own life personally now. I've been able to find how to do it. Direction. TIP is the expectation, is all encompassing. You will learn how to reparent yourself first, and then you can now parent your own children better.
As Coach Wendy we always say, parenting is about us, not the children.
Exactly.
So what to expect in the conference in 2023? Be prepared. Grab a drink. Ensure you register. And when you do that, be attentive. Listen to what will be taught during the conference. And be prepared to change. Don't claim you know it all. Parenting have a manual.
Yes. And the manual is how you write it. Parenting indeed is war. And it is only those who are prepared, just like in the days of Noah, that will survive the flood of parenting in years to come. The title of the conference this year again is the Battlefield of Parenting. Yeah, the Battlefield of Parenting 2023. Ensure you register and be in the conference. Ensure you take home something, and ensure you inform a lot of people in your cycle, because when you have better parents around you, you also have a better children around you.
Thank you.
We welcome you to 2023 annual conference.
Hello, parents. My name is John Adegoke. I'm founder, CEO of House River. We are excited to be one of the sponsors of the 2023 TIP annual conference themed The Battlefield of Parenting. One of the reasons why we're sponsors to this conference is simply because our entire mission at House River revolves around parenting. In fact, what we're building is an investment app that allows African parents open trust accounts for their children and invest in dollar-denominated assets like stocks, ETFs, bonds, and other fixed income securities. Our entire goal with this is to democratize the idea of a trust fund, right? So historically, a trust fund has been something reserved for the super wealthy, right? But we're trying to ensure that every parent, middle class, upper middle class, working class, will be able to create a financial advantage for their children, so that as the children grow and they become adults, they are able to pass on these assets to these children and basically supercharge their financial independence. And this is something we're very excited and passionate about. And we saw that this conference had like-minded people who cared about their parenting skills, who cared about improving on how to be good, better parents. And we want to invite you all to join us for our launch this week, as we launch our apps on the Play Store and on the App Store, the Apple App Store. So go to our website, register.houseriver.com, to fill in your details and grab your spot. We're actually opening up to a limited amount of parents at the moment, as we scale to cover more ground. But for now, we're opening up to a limited number of people. So I want to encourage you to do that as soon as possible. At the end of this video, there will be the QR code that you can also scan, and the link will also be displayed. Thank you for listening to me, and I wish you a great time in this conference.
Here. I wanted to tell you about my amazing experience at the Mastermind camp. About a year ago, time management was really bad, actually really bad, and it affected everything in my life. About 10 months in the Mastermind class, I learned to manage my time more effectively and have self-direction when it came to my learning. Thank you.
Hi, I'm David. In this circle, I've learned to become a better big brother to my kid brothers. I've become a more independent, a better leader, and my biggest learning point is being able to build skills from my hobbies, which I'm honing now, thanks to the Mastermind.
My name is Ifeoluwa Jonalaiko. In the Mastermind journey, I have learned about excellence in all areas. I have learned that spiritual excellence is about being true to yourself and having inner peace. Meditation, what I now do every day, which gives me focus, is pondering on a word of God continually to give you an answer. Thank you.
One of the things I've learned in Mastermind class is setting goals and achieving them. Why don't you join us in our next cohort? I'm certain you won't regret it.
Oh yes, the Mastermind. The Mastermind is a premium but affordable program. Can you imagine? It only costs about 4,000 naira per month. So parents, there is no excuse why your child shouldn't be in the Mastermind circle.
To join the next cohort of the Mastermind Circle, which begins in September, you can book a slot with 5,000 naira, which is about $7 only, and complete a yearly subscription with 50,000 naira, which is about $65 before the end of the subscription.
Our system is built to help children start to take the forefront in their life while achieving academic excellence, instilling self-direction, learning about honor, and learning to live a wholesome life. In the Mastermind Circle, we believe in the raising of a wholesome child, and we empower our partners to begin to live exuberant and impactful lives. Why not bring your 6 to 14-year-old to the Mastermind Circle? My name is Kamsi Chima, and I'm the lead partner of the Mastermind Circle. Can't wait to see you there.
Soldiers at attention. Okay, we are back in the training room getting ready to get another weapon into our arsenal, into our armory. We're getting dressed. Welcome to session 3 of the day 4 of the TIP Annual Conference 2023. It is the battlefield of parenting, and like you already know, parenting is war. It is war. A war has been declared, and we're here to get kitted. We're here to get our weapons. We're here to get all that we need to win this war, because you and I, we're not losing this war. We are winning this war. We are winning this war. This is a winning battle. We're going into this war ready, and that is why we are here. Now is the time to remind your friends, to remind your family, to remind your church members, to remind all of the people you know should be here, whether they're married or single, that it is time to get another weapon. We're in the arsenal now. We're in the armory, rather, and we're about to get kitted with just another weapon. I don't know if what you got before was the belt, or whether it was the shield. Whatever it is, we are ready to get kitted again. How has today been for you? The conference itself has been fantastic. No, maybe the word is not fantastic. It has been empowering from day one, from Mr. Praise for OS session, even down to Uncle Okpe's session this afternoon. How has it been for you? I want us to put in our highlight. What has it been like for you? Has it been empowering? Do you feel like you're ready to go to war? Are you ready, soldiers? Are we ready to take on this battle? Are we ready to take on this battle? Who is as excited as I am to learn, to get another weapon, to get armed again, to just get into this war and win this war? One of the things that stood out for me, Uncle Okpe's session, was that our children are also fighting. So I think we should be great models of warriors, how we fight, our strategy, how strategic we are in our planning as we go to war. I'm putting my game face on because this is war. How we plan, how we kit up, we're modeling it to our children. We're modeling it to our children. We're modeling it to our children as they fight this battle. We are fighting a winning war. Yes, somebody said myth breaking and mind molding. Yes. Finachichi came earlier and blew our mind. She gave us this confidence that we can navigate this digital world. It's nothing to be scared about. It's nothing to be afraid of. It is something we can do. You and I, we can do it. We can really, really, really do this thing. We can navigate the digital waters without fear, raising Harvard standard children. You and I can do this. So we're getting ready for our next session. Just before then, I'm not sure I've seen enough comments. We need to be excited about our next speaker, because we're about to learn even more. Like I said, we're getting more weapons. We're getting armed for this battle. So I want you to put your, somebody says parenting is a process. What we do can truncate the destiny of our children. Thank you for putting that. It has been transformational. You know that we're not to keep these things to ourselves. And if you are like me, there's a thread that has been going on for all of the sessions, is that people are saying that this is the thing we learn in the inner circle. I'm not just going to talk about the inner circle, not just yet, but you can see it on your screen. Something is scrolling down. Start paying attention to it. You've been hearing it all through this conference. Start preparing your mind for it. Start getting ready for it. This has been my myth breaking and mind molding. My mind is being molded. Myths are shattered. Tables are broken. We're not the same people. We are armed and we are ready to go to war. And the good thing about this is that we're not going to this war alone. We have an army. Coach Wendy is our general, ready to lead us in this battle. Do you understand? We have a general leading us in this battle. We're not doing it alone. We have siblings. We have what do we call comrades at arm? That's the word. We have comrades at arm doing this with us. We're not doing it alone. So our next speaker will be coming up shortly. Just before she does, would like to take some adverts, because we know that this conference is not free. Even though we're attending for free, it is not free. Some people sponsored it. Some people are paying the price for what we are enjoying for free. It is not free. We're going to watch some ads, hear a word or two from our sponsors just before we go into the sessions. And like I said earlier, keep your mind, keep your eyes open, keep your minds open. Your mind is about to be blown. You're about to be equipped again. And yes, soldiers at attention, no sleeping, no slacking, no shaking, no moving. Team, I don't know if we're ready with a testimonial from the
Hello
inner circle.
everyone, my name is Fifun Aikobayo and I'm a parent in the Intentional Parents Academy. I really thank God for the opportunity and the privilege to be under the tutelage of Coach Wendy. My life has been the better for my being on this academy. Some of the things I have learned are: one, the learning styles of my children. I would never have known that my son was a kinesthetic learner. Indeed, I had never heard that word before until I became a parent in the Parents Intentional Academy. Two, I have learned the love languages of my children and how to connect to correct them through understanding their love language. I have also learned that we need friends because we are social beings. I have also learned that praying cannot always be the solution to our children. We need knowledge. I'm here to seek knowledge, and I really thank God for being on this academy. These are just a few of the many things I have learned in this academy. Thank you.
Hi everyone, Shadi Babalala is my name, and I am doing this video to talk about the Carries coding classes. I enrolled my kids from the scratch, and they are now in the advanced classes. I would tell you, don't think when you enroll your kids, in no time they can start building games, writing stories with coding and all of that. That's not the only thing. It helps their IQ. And that is what STEM does. And STEM is the future. It is the future. So your kids can be in any class and then still learn technology. Coding is the way. It's so affordable. Trust me. Highly affordable for what the kids are going to get. So hurry. Enroll your kids now.
Hello everybody, my name is Mrs. Chiamaka Umo, and just a quick one about what my kids were able to achieve at that short period of time. I enrolled them in the beginners class for Charis Coding Club, and it was so exciting for me as a parent. In fact, my kids were always looking forward to the next weekend so they can join the class, and they were able to achieve a whole lot. The kids now can create simple games and animations that will keep them busy instead of going about playing with my phones. And in fact, I can't wait for them to start the next class this summer. I would encourage every parent, instead of keeping your kids at home or taking them to the school for them to start learning what they've been learning while in school, they can do something different. I would encourage you as a parent to enroll your kids in Charis Coding Club this summer. Thank you.
Okay. My name is Adewumi, and I am excited to be your moderator for this session. Uh, our speaker is ready. Should be on your screen any moment from now. I want you to create anticipation in your heart. Get your notepad. I have mine here with me. I have my pen, and I'm ready. In fact, I have two pens in case one decides not to function well, because we're not joking. It is war. We come armed. So our speaker is here. I want us to welcome her together, prepare your mind. This is the time. Remember the hashtag for this conference. Parenting is war. Hashtag parenting is war. Hashtag the battlefield of parenting. Hashtag TIP Annual Conference 2023. I want us to put it out there. We want people to know about this conference. Remind somebody that they should be here now. By the way, you've been hearing about the TIP inner circle. Inner circle is where you really, really want to be. You want to be in the inner circle. You've heard great reviews. You've seen people write all kinds of things about the inner circle. It's that community all of us really should belong to. On your screen now, you can see that you can book a slot for the inner circle program by paying a token of 5,000 just to book your slot, to keep your space. Like, I'm coming, just take this 5K, hold it for me, hold my space. You can book now, and you want to book early because very soon the fee right now is 70,000 naira. Very soon it's going to be 100,000, and I think it's better to pay 70,000 than to pay 100,000. So you want to book as early as possible. If you check the comments, the people in the inner circle are telling you, book, better join the inner circle. Don't say that you were not told. You know already that you should be in the inner circle. So book, start saving up, start paying. You can pay in installments. Just get ready. Get into this community. Nobody goes to the battle alone. You go, it's not just a soldier that goes to an army that wins a war. So we're going together. We're in this community, and we're all going together, and we're fighting to win. I don't know if our speaker is ready. I need to know if she is here and ready now. Is our speaker ready?
This is the Annual Conference.
Mary Beth Chima is an educator, an advocate of premium parenting, and the founder of the Parenting Through Mentorship Academy and Mentor Parenting. She's passionate about nurturing wholesome children and believes that every child has a predestined purpose, and that it is the role of parents to guide them towards finding that purpose. She works with parents to achieve these through her Mentor Parent Support Program, series of online courses, and other group and individual programs. Mary Beth Chima also partners with her teenage son to run a peer accountability program for children known as the Mastermind program. She is the convener of the Parenting Through Mentorship Academy and Parenting Mentorship Consult. Her books, Bedtime Stories for Champions and Mentor Parents, were published to help parents support children effectively. She is a mom of 2 amazing children. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Intentional Parent Annual Conference 2023, Mary Beth Chima.
Hello, Coach Mary Beth. It's so good to see you.
All right, good evening.
You talked to me earlier today.
How are you doing?
Your session last year. It was just interesting that when I moderated your session last year, I'm so excited to see you again, and we are excited to have you here today. So I'm going to just get out of your way so that you have about 40 to 50 minutes for your session, and if there's time, we'll take some questions. Over to you, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much, Amorumi. Thank you very much. I am super excited. I'm always excited to be on this platform. This is home for me. Yes, this is home, and I cannot tell you how privileged I feel being here today. Things that you do. Thank you for everything. All right, it's been 3 days. This is the fourth day. It's been 4 days of amazement. That's all I can say. My notes. I've been sitting down. I sit down here, like I resume, and I'm here till we sign off at the end of the day, as in one platform. So thank you so much, Coach Wendy, and thank you for everyone who has been here. All right, so let's move, as we say, in the yard. All right, so growing up. Okay, I'm a storyteller, so I'm going to be telling a lot of stories. And yes, let me thank God my code. I had a code, it's cleared. So thank God you can hear me. I hope you can hear me clearly. All right, so I am going to be telling more stories in this session than talking about, strategies and principles and all of that. I'm just going to tell you a lot of stories, and in those stories you will pick. I'm going to be telling you about my journey. I'm going to be telling you all of that. And I don't know if you can see my t-shirt. It's actually written boldly, the mentor mom. Okay, so I am going to be telling you about all of that because, hey, being a mentor is working and someone is working behind you, isn't it? So it's more like doing, and then you just pick the example from the doing. All right, so I will tell you a story. When I was a little girl, okay, I was told that I was really very talkative. So I was that child that was almost extreme, even the ones that you cross the line and you say they are rude. Okay, so I was that child because I know this because my mom told us. Bold, she couldn't just stop telling those stories. She kept on coming up every time. So it's a story about this young man that was my father's boy at the time. So my father was in the military back in the day, and so he was a corporal. That's a two shoulder rank, soldier. And he had come to see my mom this particular day to ask her probably to support him, things being hard. And yours truly butted into the conversation, and I said to him, I actually was telling this adult how irresponsible he was to have two wives when my dad had just one. Of course, my mom went like she was angry, she was upset. She said she even spanked me that day and all of that. Yes, she kept on telling this story every time, and every time she told the story from a place of glee, like she was proud that I was that assertive or I was that bold or whatever. Okay, and this is me, a poor, little girl at the time, probably simply just regurgitating a conversation that I've had. I don't know, I can't remember, but it's possible that that was what happened. Now she is there scolding and hitting her, but she kept on telling these stories. For what reason, I don't know. Now, this is the irony. This same sharp tongue, everything kind of girl that I was at home, I would go to school and you will not hear. In fact, there were 2 awards or every end of year, and the 2 were I would come first in my class. Okay, I would come first in my class, and the other one was that I was the most quiet girl in the class. Now, for my parents, this wasn't something to be worried about. This is me that would home I was blunt or whatever. Okay, they termed it as. Yet I come back from school and you get the report that I am this quiet person, because of course what it meant back in the day to be the quiet one didn't mean like you were the most you were the best behaved. I'm sure it just simply meant you were the one that didn't have too many friends to talk to in class, so you didn't get into the noisemaker list, a lot of the times. And so this was fine for them, provided you came home as a reward. Reward for being quiet, right? And then, of course, you came first. You came tops in the class. So that was all that mattered, isn't it? And I know that as I'm talking, Some of you can relate to what I'm talking about, because right now you're already thinking of that child that is all over the place in church, that will not keep quiet, that child that is of class, that you've warned him not to be friends with because the child is just all over the place. Or you're thinking of that niece or nephew that everyone is always giving the bombastic side. Think that we are better than the parents who parent the children. In fact, I'm castigating my mom right now. She couldn't twist my mouth and make me shut up, right? But here is the case, dear parents. A lot of us are not different from my mom. A lot of us are still doing the same thing that my mom did probably some 30 something, 30 years ago or thereabouts. We think we're not doing it relaxed. You know, all those times that you come down at your, the domestic staff, and you call them all kinds of names, you say all kinds of derogatory things, you know, to them, and your children are there listening to you. Those times that you will be on the phone and you will talk gossip with your friends about a particular person, and your children are somewhere around there listening to you. Those times that you even talk down on your spouse, whether it's the man, the woman, and the children are there listening to you. Those times that you will curse the people that owe you, and these are people that your children know, even if they are people that they don't know. Your children are there listening to you. You think they will not regurgitate one day. In fact, some of them regurgitate. They actually talk to the maids in front of us or in our absence, and we get this report. But hey, we smile and we move, or we just owe them a little, like my mom, and we walk away and probably attribute it as smart, very, very assertive child. All right, I'll tell you another story. Now, I had passed. Remember, I'm a very sharp girl, right? Remember, I was very smart. So after JSS3, I came, results was good and everything. Came back from the holiday, and there was the list of the people in science class and all of that. Of course, my parents were already saying, everybody was saying smart, oh, this has to be a science student. Now, automatically, being smart means science students. And so I did this now. A is the brilliant ones, and then B are the, okay, just brilliant enough, people. And so I went into the science class, not necessarily because it was the best place for me. So I went into science class, and then, yes, I didn't struggle, but it wasn't like it was easy peasy. For one, physics was not easy peasy. I thrived, and then we came out of school, we got results, and then we graduated and then went to university. At the university I went in, I wanted to study medicine and all that. Eventually, you know how we say it, I was given into, those top science places. And then I was giving botany. I had to study botany in school. At this point, I was very sure I didn't want to do this. I wanted to go, but what did everybody say? You could end up anywhere and all of that. Which one was I even going to go to and say I was not going to do university again or what? Okay, so I got in and then started studying botany. As they said, you don't necessarily have to use it. And eventually, I really didn't have to use it because I ended up in the bank. Yay! We turned out right, isn't it? I'm a bank job now. Back in the day, how was that? 16, 18 years ago? Yeah, 16, 18 years ago, banking was the theme. So, yeah, so we turned out well. Abby? So that's it. That's another story. But don't worry, all the stories are not bad. I'm going to tell you a third one. All right, so when I was a little girl, somewhere around 6 or 7, I had this best friend that nobody wanted to be her friend. She was, she had some medical challenges. Okay, so she would weigh on herself whenever she was under pressure. So I guess
can you hear me?
She had some, God rest her soul. I guess I hope
can you hear me?
You can see. Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
The network is glittering.
I can see you. I can hear you.
So I don't know. It's hard for us to follow. The network is very poor. It's your picture is blurry and it's very hard to follow what you're saying. So I don't know. Could you switch networks or something?
And just switch.
Or maybe you could log in again.
Okay.
Okay, so Coach Mary Beth will be joining us. She'll rejoin the stream. I hope you're already having a good time. I could catch snippets of what she was saying. She's telling us a story how she grew up as a child. She was the what we term talkative. She could say anything. Yes, I can see some people saying we are still following. Though I think that if we're patient, would follow. Just if we're patient enough and we just try to pay attention to what she's saying, you really would get what she's saying. So yeah, she'll join us in a bit. I'm hopeful. In the meantime, I want you to invite someone. If you're here to book for the TIP inner circle, this is the best. This is you don't need another time to do it. You can quickly just go on and get that. Your booking fee of 5,000. If you're on this call, if you are here in this conference right now, you've been following, say from day one, or even you started following today, and you're not in the inner circle yet, and you have not booked. It's not nice. That's not nice at all. We're not here to joke. That if I can't say it's a way we repay because it's not repaying. It's like you're repaying your own self. It's like you're paying your own self. You're doing yourself a favor. You're doing generations yet to come a favor. So please log in again. Okay, I think she's back in the stream now.
Okay, is it better?
I'm yet to see you. I can hear you. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
You're frozen.
Wow.
You're frozen. Okay, could you say something again?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm not even sure. It's still breaking.
Wow.
It's still breaking. Do you want? I don't know if you have another network. If it's okay.
I have switched. I've actually switched to another network. That's why I'm worried.
Oh wow. I think this one you switched to is worse than the earlier one.
Wow. Wow. So let me. Can you see me? Can you hear me? All right. Is she there? I was going to stand up and turn off my device. If anyone can hear me, okay. I see someone says I can hear and see her. So should I shoot? Should I shoot? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can I get a go ahead from the team? It's better. Okay. All right. So I will just go on hoping that it's actually better until someone calls me to order if it's not. Okay. So I don't know where you lost me or where it became bad. Should I go ahead? All right. So I'm just going to assume that you can hear me, and then I would. So I'm wondering why the team, no one is saying anything. Okay, someone is in the chat room. Okay, go ahead. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. All right, so thank you very much. I don't know where you lost me or where my network became a village people, but I'm just going to go on. Okay, so I talked about the first story. I told two stories. I talked about the story of my mom and how I would use my sharp mouth and butt into adult conversations, and why she would scold me and get upset that I said those things. She would still talk about those things as if it was something to be proud of, and all of that. And then I talked about growing up and how I did well in junior WAEC and how I ended up in the science class, even though I don't think I had a business being there, even though there were other places I could have, really thrived better. All right, so I was about to tell you a third story, and I said that story is about my best friend growing up when I was somewhere around 6 and 7, and how she had this medical challenge and nobody wanted to be her friend. So nobody wanted to be her friend, and they would usually move away from her. Okay, they would usually move away from her because she had this, this stench around because when she's under pressure, she will wee on herself, before she runs to the bathroom. So it was always a permanent thing. You're sitting, you always see her, you're sitting and you're playing. And after a while, she just runs and goes somewhere in the corner, crosses her leg. I have this vivid picture of it. God rest her soul. She passed on when I was in university. Okay, so she would run to the corner and then cross the leg, and then, so no matter how many times she changed, sometimes we were in school and she didn't get the change of clothes, that fast, and I remember how my dad was the one person who liked the fact that this person was my friend. My dad would stop and play with us. We're playing outside with sand and stuff, and he's back from work. He will actually stop and gist with us a bit before he goes in. He's constantly asking me about Margaret, how is she doing, and all of that. Apart from that, my dad was the one that would get back home and hand me his newspaper and tell me to read him an article. So I learned to search for articles the way you see the article in front and you see page 40 and you go inside and then you read to him and all of that. He was the one that bought me, those African classics back in the day. Eze Goes to School, Chicken and the River Without a Silver Spoon, and all of that. So it was my dad who did that. Now, why am I telling you the story? I am telling you the story for two reasons. Number one, I'm telling you the story because I want you to have a glimpse or an idea of the perspective that I had as a child growing up that possibly informed some of the choices that I made when I became an adult, okay, or when I became a parent, okay. Perspective. A lot of people have talked about perspective. Coach Aitayo talked about perspective. DDK talked about perspective. All right. Yes. And then two, I'm telling you the story because I want to remind you, if you didn't know this, I want to tell you, but I know a lot of us know, that parenting is transparent. It's transparent. You are transferring from you to your child. You are transferring knowledge. You are transferring perception. You are transferring mindset. You are transferring ideology. You are transferring you. You're transferring from you to another person. Okay? And it's important that we know this. Now, if we know this, it simply means that if you are an ignorant parent, an unintentional parent, or an idle parent, meaning your parent that has all of this knowledge, yet you are not executing, then you can be or you are a huge disadvantage to your child. Yeah, I'm in the inner circle, so I cannot be. Who told you that? If you are in the inner circle and you are that person that is not following, you are that person that is not executing. Hello, brother, hello, sister, you can actually be idle and you will still be a disadvantage to your child. Once still, you are not in any circle, I promise you, you are or you will be a disadvantage to your children. So today I have been asked to talk about being a mentor parent. I've been asked to speak about becoming a mentor parent. In his book, The Habit of Self-Made Millionaire, Thomas Carlyle attributed mentorship as one of the habits of self-made millionaires. So every self-made millionaire had a mentor at some point or the other. In fact, most of them have mentors all the way through their journey. And on the list of mentors or people who can be mentors are teachers and parents, amongst others. So as a parent, you are a mentor to your child, whether you like it or not. The question is, how effective are you as a mentor? How effective are you as a mentor to your child? So let's try to define what mentorship is. The dictionary defines mentorship as a person who leads, who guides, and who points the mentee on a path that they have gone through. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to define to you what I think is mentorship as a parent. Who are you as a mentor parent? As I am saying it, be saying, a mentor parent is a teacher who teaches from a wealth of knowledge. A mentor parent is a support system, okay, to their child. A mentor parent is like a lion who has marked his territory and who owns his kingship and reminds his children of the king that they are. A mentor is a mother that is like a lioness who understands the times and season and understands that life is war. And so she does not wait. By the time the child is 3 months, she leads the child to the battleground and teaches the child how to hunt. So this is why the lioness would take her cubs with her as soon as they can stand and they can move. This is said, some people say 3 months, 3 weeks, some say 6 weeks. As soon as the cub is strong enough, 6 weeks, the cub is out there watching the mother, not just hearing, not listening to tales, watching the mother and seeing how the mother and other lionesses hunt for prey or how they hunt to survive, because life is a battleground. So yes, a mentor parent understands the season and the role that they play from being a mentor, from being a father or a mother, moving to being a mentor, and then moving to being matriarchs and patriarchs. DBK said that yesterday, the other day. I jumped up and I started screaming when she said that. A mentor parent understands the season and knows, right, that this work starts early. It is not it's not a tomorrow work. It's a today's work. Yes, today's work. And she understands the season. She knows when to move from being parents to becoming mentor, and then knows when it is time to move to the position of a matriarch or a patriarch. Yes, she understands season. So now this brings me to one of my favorite quotes by Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin says, "Tell me and I will forget. Show me and I may remember. Involve me and I will learn." Ladies and gentlemen, I am the mentor mom. I wear these t-shirts that bear the mentor mom. I have them in many colors. And I don't just wear them because I do not have other clothes to wear. I wear them because I am proud to be a mentor mom. I wear them because I have understood that role. I want to wear that role, okay, and position myself to be a mother, a mentor, and then of course guide my children towards the path. And so I have decided to take the strategy of involving my children. Take the strategy of involving the children that I am privileged to work with, involving them in the process, because I know that it is when they are involved in the process that they will learn. It is not just by listening it. It is not just by telling. It is not just by showing. It is by involving them in the process. So now that we know what it means to become a mentor parent, now that we know that this is the goal, and the goal is not optional, the mentor parentship is not an optional thing. What do we do today that will help us model the act of war to our children? Because we know that we are in a battle, and where we fight and stop, our children will take the battle from there. How do we get them battle ready? This is what we are talking about in this session. So I have prepared 10 things, okay? I have prepared 10 things that I'm going to be sharing with you. It's not from any list. It's not from Google. It's not from anywhere. Okay, I am suggesting to you what I have done as a mentor parent, or the path that I have tread, or I'm treading as a mentor parent. Okay, you are welcome to try it, because I promise you, results do not lie. As Coach Wendy will say, it is only fools who argue with results. It is only fools who argue with results. So number one, let's move. Number one, You need to accept your trauma. I started by telling you those stories at the beginning to tell you how I did not forget where I was coming from. I was able to stop, okay, and not just argue about what happened in my childhood, and not just argue with people about how our parents were so excellent. I mean, have you met my mother? Have you met my mother, my friends, my husband? All those who have met my mother will tell you she is the sweetest person ever. If I take my phone today and I call my mom and I say, Bonnet, I need you. Can you show? She will tell me, give me 1 day or 2 days to tidy up, and she will show. So my mom is an amazing human being. But hey, what did it say? I mean, it did not stop the fact that I had trauma. It did not stop the fact that there were things that happened from because our parents were ignorant. Okay, let me not talk about your parents. Because my parents were ignorant, and it does not mean that I am dishonoring my mother or dishonoring my late father. It simply means that I am ready to go on that journey to identify my trauma. Coach Itayo said yesterday that your trauma doesn't necessarily mean that you were raped or that you were battered. Your trauma is are the experiences, okay, that we came from, that have been, that have, what's the word, that have informed our perspective. And so if those perspectives do not change, then you may not be able to get the results that you are looking for. You may not be able to get into that realm where you can be a true mentor to your child. Yes. So yes, that story is me. I had to stop. So I was very sure of a few things by the time I was getting, as at the point I was beginning to have children. I talked about it in my book, The Mentor Parent. Okay. By the time I was getting in there, I knew that for one, I was going to have my children read books, because I know how the fact that my father introduced me to books, how it was a solace at different points in my life where I was lonely. Okay, how it came in handy when I had to study. Okay, the fact that it wasn't a chore to study. So even when I found myself in places where I didn't want to be, because studying was not a chore, I could still put myself together and still, do what I had to do. I knew my children were going to read. Number two, I knew that I was going to give my children wings to fly. I wasn't going to push them and force them anywhere that wasn't their thing. I knew that. I knew this. I knew, of course, that because at some point, my mom had to stop telling those stories, because as I grew older, I became embarrassed. And so I would say to her, didn't you think that there was something wrong with me as a child, that I could just run my mouth like that? Did you not think it was a problem? And didn't you see that I could only run my mouth that way when I was with you? Could it be that I was a timid child? You didn't see that? So it got to a point they had to slow down with those stories. Okay, and that was only because I accepted my trauma and I went through that journey. So for you to be a mentor parent, you must accept your trauma, identify them. It does not mean you're dishonoring your parents. Don't get it twisted. Okay? You're not. You are just trying to be a better parent to the children that God has placed in your hands as a co-custodian. Okay? The next one you want to do is you want to willingly submit yourself to learning. Hey, you cannot do this without being a person of knowledge. Remember when I was defining the mentor parent, I said he's a person with a wealth of knowledge. When I met Coach Wendy happens to be one of those that pointed me to knowledge, because yes, I was ready. So you see what happened? I submitted myself. Okay, I was ready. I didn't stumble on knowledge. I was seeking it. Even the Bible says that we should seek and we will find, isn't it? So I was seeking knowledge, and because I was seeking knowledge, I found. So if you are here, God bless you. You are seeking knowledge. That's why you are here. I want to beg you, don't shut your mind, don't shut your heart, don't allow the perspective that you have come in the way of you receiving that knowledge and allowing that knowledge to transform you. Open up, open yourself, come here with an open mind. Jump, don't even ask questions, just fly into the inner circle, because there the knowledge is like, it has no end. Do you understand? The knowledge got no end. So open yourself up to receive knowledge and you will be blessed. So no, you can't be a mentor parent without a wealth of knowledge. What are you going to teach these children? What are you going to say to them? I didn't start wearing this t-shirt until I knew that I had enough. I knew that I have some knowledge that made sense that I want to use to guide somebody. And no, I have not stopped gathering knowledge. I have not stopped learning. It's a continuous something. We can't stop. That's why this circle, we die here. All right. So be willing to get knowledge. Be willing to get knowledge. Don't let all the snide comments, all the things that your friends are saying around you. People are doing too much. It's okay. We want to do too much. Just get knowledge. Okay? Get knowledge. Number 3. Build the future today. Dear parents, build the future today. This one, I don't know how I'm going to break this one down. It's a lot, okay? It's a lot. When I decided to go on this journey, okay, when I decided to be, when I started seeking knowledge, it started pointing me to places. I used to be a banker. I said that at the beginning. At some point, okay, I left the banking sector and I got into development and all that. And I started working with children, orphans and vulnerable children, okay, especially young girls, young moms, okay, teenage mothers, basically. I was working with teenage mothers from less privileged homes and all of that. From there, I started, children, it was just all over my head, children, and all of that. And then my son came. I moved. When my son came, I wanted to do more. I wanted to do for children, but I wanted to also do right by my child, okay? And for me, it doesn't have to be your story, okay? For me, at the time, I just knew I needed to be around children. And if I was going to be around children, I might as well maximize, that potential such that every child around me learns or enjoys from it. So I moved to the education sector and I became a manager of a school. I became a school manager. That was my portfolio. Why? As a school manager, my son was already about 2. I was there and all of that. They would send me memos and send me, I needed to book the children, the teachers to go for training and all of that. I would look at the training. What training are you guys going for? Jolly Phonics. You're going to learn how to make children read. It's okay. So I will sign up for the teachers, will pay, and then I will use my money and pay, and I will go for the training too with the teachers. Why was I going for the training? Because I wanted to train my child. Okay? So I would do that, and then because I understood, I had started learning, and I understood that the first 6 years of a child's life are years you don't want to play with. They are years that you do not want to joke with. According to the Center of Disease Control and Development, CDC, it says that although a person's brain will continue to develop throughout their lives, the first 8 years of their lives is when brain development is at optimal level. In fact, the first year of your child's life, if you know what is going on, where brain development is concerned. Maria Montessori, okay, Maria Montessori is one of the leading people in education, okay, and her concept of education is just mind-blowing. She actually believes that if given the right environment and allowed to interact with their environment, the children can gain independence to thrive. She went on to talk about a period in the life of a child called the sensitive period. During this period, a child is able to learn in the most authentic way because the child is naturally pulled to their environment. Okay, different environment, different skills, different concepts at a particular time in their lives. During this period, if you as a parent does not harness, if you don't harness the child's, that season of the child's life and stimulate the child highly, you might miss that opportunity for the child to learn in that authentic way. It may not come again in their life. What are we saying in plain English? Let me just tell you. There is a period, okay, between 0 and 6. They are between 0 and 6. Different skills that your children need to win the war when they are 30 and 40. Different concepts that your children need to be successful when they are older. This is the time that the foundation for those skills are learned in the easiest way. Your child will learn during that window period. The child will learn that thing in the easiest, most authentic way and builds a strong foundation for that thing. Science even says that when your child learns during the window period, the circuit of the brain actually adjusts to that learning, and that becomes what's it called? That becomes the way that the brain perceives that thing. And how do I want to break everything that I'm talking about today to the barest minimum so that everybody that is here is able to understand it. So when your children learn at that point, the brain recalibrates to that learning, and so the foundation is strong. Oh my goodness, I hope my network is not here. Is it still glitching?
No, it's not glitching, but our time.
Okay. Why? Is it time?
Our time. You have about 3 more minutes.
Are you kidding me? All right, so let me speed. Really? Okay, I think all that glitching just threw me off balance. All right, so that's it. So basically, that's another. Okay, that just threw me off balance. Okay, you're a willing learner and all of that. The next one is you want to create experiences. So I was going to tell you, so during this period, so what do I do with the children during this period? What I do is when my children come home, okay, when my children come home, I try to recreate experiences through their learning. So what are you learning in school? What are you learning in school? I take the learning in school and I broaden that learning at home. Okay, I broaden the learning at home and I make it as authentic as possible. When my daughter was 4, I pulled her out of school because that was the window period for learning math skill. I'll give you window periods for some skills. Okay, the window period for learning orderliness is between 6 months and 4 years. For small objects, right, that will help your child become organized, it's between 1 and 4 years. The window period for math skills is somewhere between 4 and 6. So when my daughter was about 6, I pulled her out of school because we had some issues here and there, and I focused on her learning math concepts. So we will use puzzles, we will go out and learn, in natural environments and all of that. My goodness, I can't believe that my time is gone. Hey, good. All right, so let's move to the next one. The next one you want to do is you want to help your child build an abundance mindset. Abundance mindset tells your child that where you are right now, what you're doing right now, you are capable of so much, and all you need to do is think it, dream it, and move. Okay, so when our son was 6 years old, we asked him the question, what can you do today that can impact other people? And he looked, I said, what is it that you think you know that is different or you know better than most other people? And he said, I love science. How can you teach science? I mean, what do you do? What can you do? I'm like, so he's like, I can teach it to my friends. So he started teaching science to his friends. From there, I got him a mentor. And then the next thing, he started a YouTube channel. From that YouTube channel, he was able to start impacting other people. Now, it wasn't being in the YouTube channel that was the focus. The focus was him understanding that even while he was 8 years old, he could impact people. Even when he was 8 years old, he could make a difference. And so we sowed that seed of abundance in his mindset. All right. And so we made him also understand that when you are abundant or when you have value to give, the world will reward you for the value that you have to give. So when our son got the opportunity to get into an entrepreneur club, he came home and said he wanted to get in. Why did he come home to say he wanted to get in? Because he already had a mindset that was abundant. He said he wanted to learn to be an entrepreneur. He wanted to learn to do things that will help him give value. And so he joined the club. After he joined the club, he came one day and gave me 500 naira from the club. They said he should use it to invest in something. And so we talked through and we thought of a business, and he started a business selling juice. That was 4 years ago. He did the first supply, and then he made how many bottles? 10 bottles sold, and he made a profit of he sold 2,000 naira, gave back the 500 and had 1,500. And he said, can I continue? Why be? Let's continue. So we continued because he wanted to. Today, we are still on that. We are still doing this. Why? is he still on it? Because he understands that abundance goes beyond just the money that you get. It's in the value that you give. And the fact that at 10, at 12, people are waiting for you to give them something so that they can pay for it because it is valuable. If it's not something that solves a problem for them, then they will not be paying for it. When our son became 12, okay, I asked him, the YouTube channel, I said to him, it is a season of consolidation. What do you want to do now? Okay, YouTube channel, the business, whatever it is that you do, I want you to look at it like, this is us, we've been with you. What do you want for yourself? Okay, and then he said, can I leave the YouTube for now? I'm like, okay, why? And then he said, it's taking too much from me, the video and all of that. I'm like, okay, fine. So what's next? He said, is there a way that I can do something? I want to do something that I will have other people my age with me and we can learn together. So you know what I did? I sent him to a visualization coach. I'm like, okay, so go. I can't go to a visualization coach, sit down together and think about this. They sat down, they talked together and all of that. After a few minutes, they called me back into that meeting and I came in and, we talked and all that. And we're like, oh, they came up with something. A mastermind where you can have children who learn together, who are growing together and all of that. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Just give me time. Let's go back home. Let's pray about it. And then let me try and create. Let me try to create, make a sense of it in my head. And so we went back, we talked about it, and that gave birth to the Mastermind Circle. So what did we do with the Mastermind Circle? He wanted where he could grow. And so I thought of it, how can we grow? And we just looked back. Let's look back at our templates. What is it that we are using? What area are we growing in? How are we learning? And all of that. So based on what we were doing, based on our own templates, we created a curriculum for the Mastermind. A curriculum that covers 8 different areas of learning, okay, where the children can actually come in and learn to be wholesome. Okay, so the Mastermind covers self-development, home development, self-development, leadership skills and talent. Oh my goodness, I don't know what happened to that. My time went like this. Skills and talent, spiritual life, that is kingdom life, and then of course financial skills. I was going to talk about that, but it's okay. Financial skills, 8 different areas, and we focused on that. Now, based on these areas, we are offering the children the opportunity to create goals for themselves, to create plans to achieve those goals, and then we point them towards self-actualization and being able to direct themselves. So in the Mastermind, my job is simply there to hold them accountable. You have created these goals. These are the plans. And so I'm going to hold you accountable. So we have them break the goals and then they begin to achieve the goals one after the other. We remind them, we send them tools, we break the goals down into simple or simpler, versions that they can use so that at the end, when you finish that curriculum for the year, you would have achieved the goal that you are looking for. And that is consolidation. The last thing I'm going to talk about, because we don't have time, is helping your child, giving your child permission to evolve. You need to give your children permission to evolve. And this is only done by parents who are confident. It is only when you have mentored and you have mentored right that you get to the point where you are so confident that you give your child permission to evolve. Giving your child permission to evolve also means giving them permission to fail. So that's the time where you step back as a parent and you allow them go out there and fight the war that you have equipped them for. All right, do I stop here? I think I have to stop here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. It's been such an amazing session. Time constraints, network constraints, but hey, we got things. We have to run now. I have to remind everybody that you need to join the inner circle. You need to join the inner circle to get more of this. It's not this is just like a tip of the iceberg you get when you get into the inner circle. Thank you so much, ma'am. This has been such an amazing, thank you so much, Coach Mary Beth. Okay, just before we go, I need to remind you that you need to subscribe to this YouTube channel. You need to like, you need to comment, and you need to go on Instagram, follow Coach Wendy, follow TIP. You need to go on Seller and buy courses also. You need to everywhere, just everywhere TIP. Just keep looking for TIP. Everywhere you see TIP, just enter there. Seller, Instagram, Amazon, Facebook community. Just go everywhere. Just look for TIP and rave about TIP. Follow TIP. We do not have time. You know, everything here is scheduled. Everything is scheduled, so we can't take so much. Thank you so much, Coach Wendy, for the opportunity to moderate this session. I am grateful. Thank you so much, Coach Mary Beth, also for such an amazing time. Please, let's put in the comments the things we have learned this night from Coach Mary Beth. Put it
Thank
there.
you so
Let
much,
people see
MB.
it. Don't
And that
forget.
was an amazing session, obviously. I was listening to MB and I realized that because we have a partner right in the room who is supposed to share about the Delphi schools, and Joy, the official MC, is also here, and the team is hitting me. And I wish I can listen and listen and listen. Coach Marybeth is one person that you want to listen to over and over again. And that's why her Instagram page is right here. And did I tell you that Coach Marybeth is one of the people that I mentor, proudly so. And I tell you this because she's done amazing work. People were asking about the mastermind when we put it as one of our sponsors. Coach Marybeth and her son run the mastermind. All right. So you want to know about the mastermind, hit that follow button. Remember, I told you that these are the real celebrities. All right. These are the real celebrities. I wish we can go over and over, but remember, the TIP annual conference is sponsored by people like the mastermind, people like Delphi schools, and we will need to give them time to also speak with you. Thank you so much. You want to learn more from Coach Marybeth? This is her link. Follow her on Instagram, and you will be glad that you did. I can promise you that. All right. You will be so glad that you did. Thank you so much. Adewumi, I think that we have the people in the stream already. Here, we have Fadwa Jolmos. Did I pronounce that well?
Yeah, Fedwa Jalmus. Hi, everyone. Hi.
Fedwa Jalmus. All right. And
Hi,
Joy, the
good
official
evening.
MC of TIP Academy, is here to
Hello,
talk to
everyone.
Yes. And before we go on this interview with Twedo, Coach MB, please, can you share with us your last words?
All right. So my last word would be that we are at war. I mean, we have established that throughout this conference. We are at war, and the truth is, your children will have to fight this war also. So, what do you do as a mentor parent? Equip them for war, and equipping them means taking the lead and showing them how to war. So, what would you do today? Would you just sit down there, or you're going to show them how to war? My advice: show your children how to war. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach Marybeth. Thank you, Adewumi. And you have the floor, Joy Eshimokai, and
thank you so much,
Fedwa.
Coach. Thank you so much, Coach. Hello, Dr. Fedwa Jalmus. How are you, ma'am?
Good evening. Hi. Thank you for
good
having
evening.
me.
Good to have you on the stream.
Thank you so much.
Kindly introduce yourself, ma'am.
Yeah, so my name is Fedwa Jalmus, and I'm the CEO of Delphi Education, and I'm based in London. So this is me basically.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to say, just like 1 minute, and I wanted to say how much I loved all these sessions, because I'm really passionate about like students and everything, and I love what you are doing. It's amazing, really. Congratulations for what you are doing. I really love it.
Thank you so much. So on behalf of the team, I say a big thank you, Doctor. So I have a couple of questions to our viewers. We have over almost 2,000 people on this live session, and they want to know about your consultancy experience in helping students study abroad. How long have you been in operation?
So basically, so I've been doing this for almost 8 years now.
8 years.
Yeah, so I've started as a consultant for like 2 years and a half, and then I moved to working for universities, and this is how I got to know Nigeria and different countries in Africa, because I used to travel a lot to Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, a bit everywhere, and I was doing like basically admissions for different universities here in London. So yeah, then I decided to open my own business. So yeah, so we created Delphi Education that basically what we do is something a bit like similar to what we do, because we really need to coach students in terms of their career, future career, what they want to do, what they want to study, where they want to study, and we need to support and help their parents as well, because it's a very important decision for them.
So
Yeah.
that brings me to my next question. How are you affiliated with any other schools in Nigeria or abroad? Any other schools that are really recognized? Are you in affiliation with anyone, or you just run your own system yourself?
No. So basically, how it works is that all the consultancies, educational consultancies, they recruit students to different universities. So you do represent the universities in different countries. So and what we recruit students to UK, Canada, US, Australia, and Europe. So Ireland, Germany, France, Italy, so Netherlands now as well. So we really try to send our students to different country based on their budget as well.
Oh, beautiful. So what services do you offer to your students and their
Yeah,
parents?
so I
What
always
services
say,
Doctor, I want to know the services you offer to your students, as well as the support you give to them, students and parents alike.
yeah, so we spend a lot of time with parents and students to try to explain to them how the educational system works in different countries. That's the first thing that they always want to know: how long it's going to take them, what they will need in order to access different universities and the entry requirements. And then we have to help them to understand the countries as well, because not all the countries suits all the families. So we need to understand their requirements, like do they want their kids to be very far away, do they want them to be close to home, do they want them to, I don't know, to go study in Germany and learn German, so start learning a new language, they want them to study only in English, what they want them to study. So that's the hard thing, because usually, like a kid of 17, it's always in conflict with the parents. So you want me to do law? No, I want to do marketing. So to put them together and try to understand what is the best thing for the student, because at the end it's their call, because they are going, they are traveling, they will have to study, so they have to study something they really like and love. So I need to spend a lot of time with parents as well to try to explain the possibilities that they can have once they finish this degree, how is the market, and all these kind of things. So we have to tackle a lot of things.
I get it. I totally get it. All right. So this brings me to my next question. Do you offer any personalized guidance or support for visa applications, travel arrangement, pre-departure preparations, accommodations, airport services? Do you offer any of these personalized services?
Yeah, so we always say that our service is literally from A to Z. So we get to meet the parents and like we finish, when they tell us thank you very much, I think we are okay now, and the student is settled down and he's happy and he's not having any issues. So our service, it doesn't end when they arrive to the country. It keeps going, because parents, of course, they want to know how is they are going to be managing, how are the classes, what they are going to be studying, if they are doing well, if they are attending, non-attending. So our relationship with parents, it doesn't really end when they get their visas or when they arrive to the destination where they apply to. So we really keep like talking to parents, and we are always here for anything, like even when they have issues, and because we have a direct access to the university, so we can just like call, send an email, and then we can get an answer to the parents. So yeah, so I mean, if they want us to be, we can be always there as a support.
Oh, this is beautiful. In fact, I already want to send my son to you. Okay, so this last question before I let you go, ma'am. How do you handle the financial aspect of the studies abroad, including tuition fees, scholarship, living expenses? Can we pay in naira, for instance, or we have to pay in dollars or pounds? Parents want to know that.
Sure. Yeah. So when I told you at the beginning that we sit a lot with the parents, is because we need to understand also how much we need to tell them, first of all, how much to expect. And then we need to understand from them how much they are looking to spend, so that we can match them with the right universities. Because as I said, different countries, different costs, different universities, so they need to prepare. And this is why we advise all the parents to start a bit earlier, because only by doing that they can prepare also the financial part, because for the visa they need to have some money in the bank to show for their visa application. So they need to plan in advance. So this is why we want them to come and talk to us and know what are their options, so they can go back home, sit down and discuss, and then decide for the best thing for them and for their child.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much, Miss Chalmers. Someone is asking how much, but I think this person can just meet up with you, have a consultation, so they speak with you, and then they decide, just like you said, what is the appropriate university, their budget, what they intend to spend, and whether they want their children to school close to home or where they want. So let's just share your details with our audience. How can we reach you, ma'am? How can we reach you?
Yeah, so you can reach me through my email. So it's info at Delphi education
delphiEducation.co.uk. Okay, so do you have an Instagram handle as well?
Yeah, I do. It's Delphi Education, and you can find me on Instagram as well.
Okay, at Delphi Education. All right, I'm sure the team will put that up shortly. Thank you so much, ma'am. And on behalf of the TIP team, I want to say a very big thank you for being one of our sponsors. We love you, we honor you, we appreciate you, and you're definitely going to be getting businesses from our teaming parents who are very intentional about the education of their children. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm a big fan of you, and I follow Wendy on Instagram and all her live. So I'm really a big fan. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Miss Chalmers. Thank you. As we head over to the next session, who is pumped up? Let's go over to the next session, the last and final session for this evening, Uncle D. Let's take it away, team.